Coach, thanks for taking some time out this morning for us. If you don't mind giving us kind of your assessment of the Tigers' play, so far this season and where you're looking forward to them going the next few months, that would be appreciated.
Well, thank you. Good morning. We've had an adjustment period with so many new faces, but we're starting to play better, guys. Once you get into conference play, you hope that your players understand the intensity level that they have to play with. And certainly, Jeremiah Martin, who's been a part of the team this is his third year at Memphis, started for us last year, had a very good year last year, and it's having an outstanding year this year. We had so getting all the guys on the same page has been something that we've worked hard with, and the competition really was stepped up once we got into especially after Christmas. So now we're starting to get guys back in the flow, finding the proper rotation, and executing the proper way.
All right, we'll go ahead and open things up to questions for Coach Smith. That's star one on your keypads to ask a question of Coach Tubby Smith.
And we'll go first to Gary Smith with New Orleans Advocate.
Hi, Coach. How are you doing?
Good morning, Gary.
Tulane has obviously made a lot of improvement in the second year under Coach Dunleavy. You're facing them tomorrow night, but when you watch them on tape, what stands out to you the most about where they've improved?
Well, they've improved in so many areas, and not so much just so many areas, just that they're playing, his style of basketball. They're playing a very, a very efficient style of basketball, and the play he's getting out of Cameron Reynolds and Frazier Melvin Frazier has been outstanding. When you can get 3 and 4 guys in double figures night in and night out the way he has with Samir and the rest of the guys, it's been impressive. So they're very athletic. So we know that we've got a lot to do to get ready for them. I'm impressed with just their ability to rebound the ball. They're a good 3-point shooting team, something they've improved on. They're defending at the rim. They're doing an outstanding job there throughout their lineup. So I think he's got a lot of balance this year, and that's been the big key.
Thanks.
We'll go next to Mark Giannotto with the Memphis Commercial Appeal.
Hey, Tubby, how are you?
Good morning, Mark.
Question, after the game against Tulsa the other day, you mentioned we limited who did what today. I'm curious if you could expand on that. Do you foresee using a shorter rotation going forward, or what did you mean by that exactly?
Well, we've been trying a lot of different offenses, with so many new people trying to figure out and take advantage of of what players do well. And sometimes it's a process of elimination. So like a scientific experiment. You throw a lot of people in there, and then you got to figure out, and it kind of rises to the top who's performing well and in what situation. So no, it wasn't so much rotation as much as it was, reducing some of the things we're trying to do offensively and defensively.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And just a reminder, if you'd like to ask a question, that is star one. No further questions at this time.
Well, Coach, I'll go ahead and jump in. This is your second year coaching in the American. What have you noticed about this conference from the first year you were in it to the second year, just in terms of the overall depth, improvement of teams, and just kind of the additional challenges that there are this season?
Well, you name them. They're all types of there. In fact, it's a lot more. There's, there are solid, coaches in the league that do an outstanding job. Most teams have a lot of returning players. We're probably the least far as that is concerned, as far as returning and playing time and minutes. So I've been really impressed with everybody in the league. You know, the job that Michael Perry is doing at East Carolina, you know, taking over there, the job that certainly that everybody's doing. I know some teams have gotten off to a tough start like we have in the league, but this is it's a lot of depth, and when you add a Wichita State, to the league, it just adds a new dimension of competition. So that's the most impressive thing that I've seen. Hello?
Yep, Coach, we got you for a couple more minutes, so I'll toss one more question at you, and I think you touched on it some. But, you know, I think Jeremiah's been on the conference honor roll several times already this week. You know, what has he meant to you as just a leader on this team, and then, you know, his development under you from your first year to your second year? How did you guys, you know, help him get to this point?
Well, he's a talented athlete to start with. He's got outstanding quickness, great body control. He's, he's asked to do a lot. You know, it's a lot on his shoulders, you know, leading the team. He's one of the 2 returning players that we have in the program. So and a lot and he's handled it extremely well, you know, because you imagine being a hometown kid here in Memphis, and I appreciate the way he has conducted himself and the way he's led the team. When he's playing well, we're playing well, as we witnessed against Tulsa. And when he's struggling, you know, like he did against LSU and against Cincinnati, and we struggle. So he's the main cog in our success, and we know that. And and so again, he's getting a little more help now. Now that Jamario Rivers is back, you know, he was out under concussion protocol for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and so he's now just recovering from that. So he's starting to give us a little more experience, is what we needed, and what Jeremiah needed.
And we have another question in queue. We'll go to David Borges with New Haven Register.
Hey, Tubby, I just wanted to ask you, you look over at UConn and Kevin Ollie, and obviously he took over for a great coach and won a national championship early on. I was wondering if you ever kind of saw some similarities between what you went through at Kentucky, what he's going through now at UConn in terms of sort of living up to that his own early success and then living up to the pressures that come with that particular program.
Well, I think first you have to understand the changes that have taken place. You're going from the Big East to the American Athletic Conference. You know, a lot of things change when it happen, and I don't think people really have an appreciation. This is my 5th Division I school. You know, there's a difference now with the Power 5 conferences and what we have to compete with. The recruiting, all that has changed. But he's done an outstanding job. If you have Al Tariq, you lose players the way he's had to lose players with injuries, that takes a lot of wind out of your sails. So I've been impressed. He's always he's as competitive, and Connecticut is always going to be one of the most competitive teams in the country. But it's always tough when you follow an outstanding coach or a legend like Jim Calhoun. But there's a lot more to it than just that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
No further
thanks,
questions.
Coach.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you down the road.